The home of inspiration every day.
Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful.
From news,
countries across the globe have been hit by the COVID-19 virus.
Views.
There's a global trend to see an increase in GBV incidences, specifically domestic violence.
Sports.
What's he say? It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala.
And music to inspire you every day. This is Vuka Online, your inspiration radio station.
Good morning. Welcome to Vuka Online Radio's Africa's Leaders in Sustainability show. This is me, DJ Hotlane. I am back by popular demand. This is going to be a very popular episode now, this one. And to all the listeners out there, please do share this. Do share this information. Don't forget to share. Share with your friends. Share with your family members. To whoever you think might use some of the information that we can get. And it's actually for everyone. So no one specific. Everyone must participate in these climate change issues. So I guess thinking about for eyes, we are all in trouble. So we need to just get with the program. This is what the show is for, to just still keep a level and see how we can all help each other. Today, we have a very so today we've Vhalinavho Khavhagali, Mr. V, Mr. V during the course of the interview. Or Dr. Khavhagali, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah. Don't forget, guys. Africa's Leaders in Sustainability show, called the Instagram page, and then also Vuka Online Radio. Well, we're on all socials: YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X before Elon Musk. Elon Musk named Kotla, because Elon Musk is going to, let me just say X, and then City YouTube, and then us get in touch, talk to us. We'd love to hear what you think about the show and what you'd like to hear. Who would you like to have as a guest? Who comes at the small? Who do you want? Let's talk to us. But let's say hello to our guest. Mr. V, good morning. Oh, hi. Sorry.
Hi. DJ Hotlane. Good to be back on the Vuka Online, and I'm happy to be with you this morning.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you, sir. So I just wanted to, I'm just going to take us on a quick break before I start grilling you with questions. I'm going to take us on a quick break so that the guests can have some tea, have some water, whatever preparations that you need to do, and then we'll be back.
The home of inspiration every day.
Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful.
From news,
countries across the globe have been hit by the COVID-19 virus.
Views.
There's a global trend to see an increase in GBV incidences, specifically domestic violence.
Sports.
What's he say? It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala.
And music to inspire you every day. This is Vuka Online, your inspiration radio station.
Welcome back to Swahili, Africa's Leaders in Sustainability show on Vuka Online Radio. So, yes, Vhalinavho, Mr. V, Khavhagali, please, the world is yours. Please tell everybody why is Mr. V here, and why do you want their attention, or why should they have your attention?
Thanks, Hotlane. Well, my name is Vhalinavho Khavhagali, a well-rounded ecological scientist, having earned more than 15 years of work experience in the biological spaces, climate change space, sustainability space. I've served on various portfolios. I'm also an ecologist by training, and then started my career in the Northern Cape where I was a conservation scientist. We're looking after the environment, so we're providing recommendations and policy briefs on how government can be able to manage their natural resources. Um, and then I moved to the Department of Forestry, Fisheries, Environment as the head of biodiversity and climate change program, where we're looking at how climate change is affecting our biodiversity and natural resources. That program included looking at vulnerabilities in terms of communities, natural resources in terms of your water, your wetlands. We're looking at our environment in totality, and that became very big because we started even looking at climate change in the SADC region. But that was not it all. I also got interested in working with the international organizations, wherein I served as a facilitator for one of the programs, which is looking at climate change in South Africa, led by the British High Commission, the program called UK Pact. The program is very interesting because we wanted to encourage different companies to participate in the reducing or reduction of greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. The program was very successful because we've seen quite a lot of support coming through, a lot of impact, and the outcomes are really there for everyone to see, particularly on the just energy transition. Currently, serving as the country head for the International Union for Conservation of Nature in South Africa, and the regional head for climate change in the East and Southern Africa. So this is why I am also a PhD candidate at the University of the Twente, hoping that I'll be submitting my thesis this year, which is looking at the climate change policy dynamics in South Africa. And then this is where we learn about what have we been doing, what are the challenges, and how can we do these things better. So I love the space. The space in sustainability gives me such a great opportunity to interact with communities, local government, provinces, private sector in terms of business. You also talk to policymakers, and you contribute to the government's priorities. For example, currently South Africa is the presidency of G20, so they've set out the priorities in terms of what they want to achieve. So sustainability is one of the biggest pillars for that matter. And sustainability talks about a wide range of things. It's about livelihoods, it's about the economy, it's about the environment. So we got to triangulate all these three pillars to ensure that we can create jobs, build better sectors, better industries, and also contribute to the global cause, be it on land, biodiversity, or climate change. South Africa plays a very big role on those. So, yeah, I think I'm here today to have a conversation with the Vuka online listeners, just to also encourage them to say, this is all our cause. It's not only for scientists, it's not only for those who are in government, but I think it's all for us. We gotta do this together and work together this journey, because we can see already the repercussions of not taking care of the environment. Thanks, Hotlane.
All right. Phew. Okay. I'm still absorbing all the accolades and all the journey that you've been through for the past many years, and try to time capsule everything. And now, on that time capsule, Mr. V, I also would like to know, besides everything that you've just mentioned, because that's what different structures you associate with refer to you as. But now, as Vhalinavho Khavhagali, without the qualifications, without the social constructs or the academic constructs or political, etc., who are you on a personal level?
Wow, Hotlane, it's a very interesting question. Whew. Well, very simple person, down to earth, humble, disciplined, a go-getter. I always believed to be one of the pathfinders, that if there are certain things that we've been afraid to do, I wouldn't mind starting. I'm a believer. I'm a strong believer. I'm a family man. I'm a father, and I'm a very crazy person when it comes to life. I go out and get life. I believe in people around me. I believe in supporting people. I believe in being there for people. And I believe in the pillars that has supported me to be where I am, that they will be the people who are gonna rejoice when they see the great investment that they've done in me. I'm someone's child. I grew up in a community, in a rural area, in Venda, Vuani. That's where this beautiful story started. But well influenced by different social constructs. Because I lived in Venda, I lived in Cape Town, I lived in Kimberley. I've been a globetrotter, so all these constructs, they influenced who I am. But at the end of the day, I'm just that simple brother, a son, and a father, and a partner, and a husband. So that's what defines me. I'm a believer because I'm a Christian. I believe in Christian principles. And I've got friends beyond the Christian fraternity. So my definition of life and friendships, it's not coined about the boundaries. It's about how well can we support each other. I believe I'm a very good leader, very open-minded. One of the things that I believe very well is that give them the opportunity and see what they can do. So someone did that for me years back, and the rest is history. And I believe so much in self-determination, respect, and be open to views, be open to different views, but you must be grounded somewhere. So am I.
Okay. Wow. Now. All right. And now we're gonna come back to you now. We're just gonna go on a break. I think some of our guests have run out of tea, so I think we'll give them time to refill, and then we'll be back. Thank you, Sophie.
How do you know the life of personal coach you're about to work with is who they say they are? How do you know if they can do the job? At the Africa Board for Coaching, Consulting and Coaching Psychology, we can tell you. So, before you share your secrets and spend your money, check with us first. Visit www.abccccp.com or call us on 012-751-7608. The ABCCP, the professional body for coaches.
Right. Welcome back to Vhalinavho, Africa's Leaders in Sustainability Show. Spete Vhalinavho Khavhagali, Asevenda Evwani. And yeah, he's a family man. I think ushatile. Yeah, so ladies, askis. Yazi ngiyamfuna umuntu ofundile umuntu osebenzayo but ake lo thathiwe bafethu. So but yeah, siqhubeke ngeshow yethu. Mr. V, I heard you mention in your introduction ukuthi your journey started in Venda, back home in your community. Is it okay if we start there and then we can move across to the world? Let's start in your community. What happened? What happened?
Well, Hotlane, it's very simple. It takes a village to raise a boy. So I grew up in a family of four. I've got two younger brothers and a big sister. And just like any other village boy, you grew up looking after your grandfather's cattle. You play soccer because that's the only sports that you know. You go swimming with crocodiles. I used to swim in the Ruvubu River. So people, they call it Livubu, but it's a Ruvubu River that flows all the way from Makado all the way to National Park, which is a heavily invested river in terms of crocodiles. That's where we learn our swimming. So I started my primary education there. The basics things remain basic. I think from ecology, when you're herding cattle, there are certain things that happens. The elders will burn the field or the bush around a particular time, which is around winter periods. So around June, July, August, and early September, the elders will clear the bushes because they want to see new grass coming out. And that means the cattle will feed better, so are the goats and other livestock. So that for us was like, what is this? Why do we come? Then sometimes the grass is not there, and then it pops up September, October. Then I did my primary education in Rasibechere Primary School. Then I went to Gorogoshani High School, which is a combined school. From Gorogoshani, that's where I started getting interested in biological sciences, biology, physical science, mathematics. Those are the things that I was very happy to do that. Then from there, I went to the University of Venda, where the interesting part, I didn't even want to do biology. So everybody during that time, we all wanted to be doctors. So my career was lined up to be a medical doctor, a physiotherapist, or an Air Force pilot. So this was very interesting because I didn't get good grades for my maths, so that means I must go and bridge and improve my mathematics. So I went there and then I registered for a biological sciences degree, botany and zoology. Little did I know this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. So after doing my degree there, I then learned that I love botany. These plants are just fascinating. They've got they've got these amazing names. Like if you want to call marula tree, you call it Sclerocaria berea. You've got fascinating names. That took my journey to now train as a botanist. But training as a botanist, I didn't love the lab work. I didn't love the lab work at all. So that meant I must go outside and do fieldwork. And to do fieldwork, that means you are now carving yourself into an ecologist. An ecologist means you now have to understand the interaction of people, environment, and any other organism in that particular environment. Well, that was me, and that's how it started shaping how I think about things. It's a systems thinking. To analyze and understand the environment, it's difficult to isolate certain processes. So that was fascinating for me. From there, I finished my honors degree and I went to the University of Cape Town where I did my master's degree in the botany department. Well, let me also say shout out to my high school principal, who was also my mentor, Principal Arun Manenge, such a very supportive till this day. I think at the University of Venda I worked with different professors and lecturers, but one who comes to mind who has been pushing me, he pushed me to the limits, Dr. Mandali Gabambelengwa. He is an ecologist as well. And then he actually played a very significant role for me to move to the University of Cape Town because he introduced me to some of the biggest ecological experiments at the Kruger National Park, which I got very interested, and that's where we got connections with the University of Cape Town. Well, I was fortunate enough to move into the Professor William Bond's lab in University of Cape Town. Professor William Bond is one of the well-recognized scientists in terms of ecology. So he's also, I think, has got some awards from the National Science Foundation, I think, from the US. So he played a very big role in terms of now building not only from the ecological perspective, but you're now pushing stronger in terms of understanding ecosystems, but not only ecosystem, but systems in totality. That was a very interesting journey, but a shock in terms of culture, because I'm moving from the University of Venda to Cape Town. Everything must be done in a particular way. Yeah, I'm going there as a postgrad. You can just imagine. It's a culture shock. Everything changes. You arrive in Cape Town, at the University of Venda, you don't call your lecturer with their first names. I can't say Kotso. I have to say Professor Hotlane or DJ Hotlane, So I got a shock of my life. I get to UCT, everybody's calling all these old men and these old professors with their first names. Like they used to call my professor William. So I'm like, what? How do you guys do this? So it took me quite a beating. I then sat him down and said, you gotta tell me how you want me to call you, because I can't do this William thing, because this is not my culture. So he said, no, you call me whatever you want to call me. So I ended up calling him Professor Bond all throughout. Then that was the story in the UCT. And then after finishing in UCT, I started a job in Northern Cape as a conservation scientist. Amazingly a good exposure as well, but also a culture shock as well, because imagine moving from Cape Town and then you land in Kimberley. It's a different world altogether. There's no pretty much your Newlands there. There's no Rondebosch. There's no Mowbray. You're kind of like in this space. The gates of Kimberley. It's Khalishiwe.
No, I think you were being nature was loading you on its own. Nature knew where it wanted to put you, and in order for you to go through all of that, different natural and ecological environments.
Indeed. Indeed.
So, but yeah, no, let's take a break, and then quick break, and then we'll come back. One thing that, because I know the time we have is not enough. So I think I'm gonna ask if we can call this one part 1, and then we'll then need to do part 2. So, but for now, I'm just going to take us on a quick break, and then we'll move on to our next question, which is I want to know to tell everybody, because people have this, why should I save the planet? It's my fault. No, I'm fine. I'll just die anyway. Or there's a lot of things, stigma around climate change. That's around rural communities, local communities, etc. So when we come back, I want to know why should people participate in this climate change, biodiversity, sustainability space, etc. Why should they consider? Why should they participate? How does it benefit them? But when we come back, we'll go there.
The Africa Center for Work-Based Learning is a professional development center for professionals who aim to improve their professional standing. This means that the learning programs we run are more than just academic programs. They are work-based programs that focus on leveraging your current experience as a professional to build your overall profile. A year down the line, the Africa Center for Work-Based Learning is developing into a preferred center for professional development in Pretoria, with 8 professional development faculties including accounting, teaching, entrepreneurship, as well as IT and many more. For more information, go to acwbl.org or dial +27 12 751 7608. The Africa Center for Work-Based Learning, where work is learning.
Welcome back, Africa's Leaders in Sustainability Show. DJ Hotlane speaks with Vhalinavho Khavhagali again. Well, so I just mentioned today, Cape Town, I wonder how many more, but sizoyibona kuphathule many more. Manje, yeah. Tell us, besides saving the planet, why should people consider part of this transition?
Thanks, Hotlane. I think few things that comes to mind. Let's think about our role and our lives with the environment that we live in. What does it mean? How does it look like? What are our baselines? So the campaign around saving the planet is very simple. It's not complicated at all. It's simply because we have polluted the environment, and the rate at which we've polluted the environment, it's now leading to drastic changes or the impacts from the environment, or the environment is responding. When the environment is responding, it's actually responding to our actions. And then we are saying, can't we just reduce the level of the intensity and frequency of these actions on our side so that we don't see these drastic changes? What are those changes that I'm talking about? 2024 has been recorded as the hottest year ever in terms of average temperatures. Back to back with that, Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, part of South Africa has declared drought disasters. That means we don't have enough food. On top of that, there are quite a lot of livestock that is dying because of this loss of water, loss of food or grazing capacity. Those are things that we can see. We are not talking about floods that have swept KZN every year whenever it rains. We're not talking about floods that are keeping Gauteng isolated. Gauteng right now, it's like an island potential, because when it rains, people around Centurion, they can't move to Joburg. Joburg can't move to Pretoria. The three cities, Joburg, Ekurhuleni, and Pretoria, and Tshwane, they are like different islands. So the need for us to save the planet, it's not only because it's someone's cause, it's all our cause, because we need basic resources to survive. And the rate at which the planet is changing, those resources are actually going down. Secondly, we need water. Water, it's a basic necessity. It's the foundation of life. If you see, we are heavily dependent on systems and supply of water from Lesotho. Imagine what will start happening. In the past few months, when they were busy maintaining the pipelines between South Africa and Lesotho, they did not have water. So we don't have alternative source of supply of water for Gauteng besides the water that comes from the valley. Take into account the amount of pollution, sewage pollution that is running into the riverine ecosystems. That means a fisherman won't be able to get enough fish for his family, not only for his family, but also to sell, because that's a socio-economic activity. With that said, the same riverine ecosystem supports farmers. That means farmers cannot now irrigate or water their crops using the water from the river because it's heavily polluted. And they do not know what's inside that particular water. You and I, we can't drink that water. Livestock won't be able to drink that water. If they do, that means there's a health implication. So the drive to save planet, it simply means that can we do things better? Can we improve? People are throwing plastics everywhere. Let's go to our major cities now. Tshwane, for example. If you drive around Tshwane, you go to even the city center itself. You look at the what do you call this? The saving points for dustbins. They are spilling off every single day, and you wonder why so much waste? Where is it coming from? And you go to the rivers around these cities; they are filled with plastics. They will list the most worrying factors that some of these you find them in pampasses. You worry yourself to wonder, what is happening here with diapers on the riverine system? Can they be recycled? Can they be taken back to whoever is the source? So it's very important for us to take note of that. Imagine if you had a garden. You're a farmer, you have a garden, and someone comes and dumps diapers there. Will you be able to go and harvest, get your morojo there, your butternut, your onions? You can't. So there's a health factor that is linked. There's a sustainability issue that is linked. There's a socioeconomic issues that is linked, and also there's a safety issue that is linked to the saving the planet issue.
All right. I know. Like I said, part 2 is very much needed for this one. But let me take us on, because I have one more question and then 3 questions, 3 closing questions. So I think I'm going to skip that one question and then go to 3 closing questions. After the break, I'm sure if I'm taking too many breaks, but bills have to be paid nonetheless. So that's a quick one, and then we close off.
How do you know the life or personal coach you're about to work with is who they say they are? How do you know if they can do the job? At the Africa Board for Coaching, Consulting and Coaching Psychology, we can tell you. So, before you share your secrets and spend your money, check with us first. Visit www.abccccp.com or call us on 012-751-7608. The ABCCP, the professional body for coaches.
Thank you very much, Vhalinavho. Ke a le leboga lohle. Re sa tswela pele, re so kwale. Re santsane re ntshwere mona, Mr. V. And then right now re tlo bua ka batla mo tseba here. Batla mo tseba hore ke mang. Why santse re mo tsheletše? Why santse re mo mamela? Why? So ha re bone hore yena ka mo as motho ke motho jwang. Mr. V. Oh, by the way, before ke tswela pele, ska lebala Vuka online radio.co.za or on all socials, YouTube, Vuka Online Radio, or Vuka Central, Twitter, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, ohle ta kry-a mo re fumana mo. Ke nna DJ Hotlane wa Africa's Leaders in Sustainability, Vhalinavho Khavhagali wa ko Venga. So now, first question. What is your favorite song right now?
Wow. Hotlane. I've got a long list. I've got a long list. Well, I've got a playlist and it differs. So Sunday groove, midweek. Well, I'll be
today. Let's say today again. What were you listening to today? First song.
Wow. Let me think about it, because I think I was playing that with my son on, which is cool. I'll think about it. Let me pack for a moment. I'll come to that one. Because now there's a song that played and I'm singing along. And we end up talking about it. Yeah.
All right. And then, okay, we'll come back to that one. So now let's go to your favorite. What book are you reading currently?
An interesting one.
What's your most recent book or author?
There's several books that I'm reading, but what I'm really pinning my head into, because I'm writing my thesis, I'm spending a lot of time with balancing reading motivation and reading scientific papers. So I'm spending so much time on several theses. There's a great one that was written by Colin Brander. He was looking at environment and key issues for the Western Cape government. It's a very big reference for me because he articulates clearly the problems that we are dealing with, the day zeros in Cape Town. Though it's a PhD thesis, I found myself sticking quite a lot into it because he did quite a lot of reviews that talks to not only environment as an issue, but as a humanity issue. And that for me, it's an articulation that we always miss most of the times.
Okay. All right. And then, okay. Okay. So now, last question. How do you relax or unwind? How do you take, like, let's say, ooh, yeah, and you breathe and you just relax? What do you do?
One, because I've got boys, we sit and play PlayStations. That's one. Two, we often do take walks with my wife, so we kind of like put something like 5 kilometers to 10 kilometers whenever we want to do that. But sometimes it's just to enjoy nature. I just sit and take pictures. I love taking pictures. I love nature and just listening to music. Like I said, on my playlist, you're going to have Ringo, you're going to have Zahara. Well, I will play Zahara any day. I also get to listen to Zonke because my wife loves Zonke. I love looking at the old idols auditions, looking at the beautiful moments there, and also get to watch some movies, like really nice, encouraging movies.
All right. See, now we can show you that. Okay. Last but not least, before Eval, please close us off with a quote, your favorite quote.
Yeah, my favorite quote is by Marianne Williamson, which was also reiterated by the former president, statesman, President Nelson Mandela. It says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, where am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? There's a movie about this quote, which was played out by Samuel Jackson, which was amazing. And I live by this. I always say we all have got an opportunity to be a better person, and we're always scared about the best in us. So we gotta go out there and give it our best. Thank you.
Hayi, nemvile ke guys, ngava umqolo wami ushukuma kancane. Ngifanele kamnandi. Look, it's such a pleasure speaking to you. It's very interesting, informative, educational, fun, engaging, and yeah, I don't want this to end. So to prolong it, it's a part one. Then we'll come back to part two. But yeah, no, thank you so much to the listeners out there for sharing, for engaging about this. I think let's see my hashtag for you guys as well, so that you can start sharing this information and knowledge amongst each other and meet each other, because it really can be a lonely journey for you guys out there who are in climate change and sustainability. So we'll try and create sort of like an ecosystem for you guys as well. But nonetheless, this is the end of our show today. Thank you so much, Vhalinavho Khavhagali, and good luck with your thesis. All the best. And I think we said say Pele, doctor. We know what's coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
The home of inspiration every day.
Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful.
From news,
Countries across the globe have been hit by the COVID-19 virus.
Views,
There's a global trend to see an increase in GBV incidences, specifically domestic violence.
sports,
What's he say It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala.
And music to inspire you every day. This is Vuka Online, your inspiration radio station.